Now, for the longest time possible, ever since Erick Omondi's comedic career came to an end, he has refocused, or rather he's now focusing on the music industry. And a lot of artists are now, wondering why. Okay, first of all, you're a comedian, not a musician. But he has really been championing play Kenyan music, blah, 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 blah. He even made it a very negative movement. You know, it's one thing to encourage people to play and listen and encourage musical acts. But it's another thing to shame the entire nation into listen. Like you thought, what did you think? Like you would lecture us and we would feel bad and we would tune into Nviri. It doesn't work that way. And that is the angle that he's taken for the longest time possible, where he uses his platform to shame people and talk about how we are not encouraging our artists, we are not supporting musicians, we are supporting Nigerian musicians. And he didn't stop there, because recently the top 89 songs, is it on Apple Music?
Yeah, on Apple Music.
Are Nigerian music. The top 89 songs in Kenya are Nigerian songs. And Erick Omondi, as now newly self-appointed regulator of Kenyan music, decided to post on social media. So the top 89 songs on Kenyan Apple Music are Nigerian, 9 are American, and only 2 are Kenyan. When I tell you to shut up and listen when I talk, you think it is a joke. You will stay in that position until the day you listen to me. Wake up. And that has been his slogan for the longest time ever. Wake up, music artists. Wake up, Kenyan acts. Wake up, rappers and everyone. And we don't have a problem, okay? We don't have a problem with having an awake call, okay? Or an awakening, or somebody prompting us in the right direction. Because at the end of the day, all we need is somebody to point you in the right direction, and you take it and run with it, okay? All you need is resources for your branding, for your music and everything. Instead of using your platform to avail these resources to musicians, all you've been doing is shaming people. All you've been doing is trying to compare us to other countries. But apart from parading and going to chains in parliament, what was the significance of that, People are real-time artists are looking for resources, they're looking for opportunities, they're looking to play at gigs, they're looking for anything, something tangible, not just mouth, okay? And that's all we have to say. More mouth, less action. And it seems more action, less mouth. And it seems like BN is also on the same bandwagon, because he chimed into the conversation and said, because where is your Netflix comedy special? Or whatever metric they use to measure the success of comedy. You take out your steam on music while comedy is on its deathbed. Useless Burukenge. And I was like, yes, BN, preach. Because let's remember, Erick Omondi is a comedian, okay? He should be diverting this energy into creating, content, not just kiki, not just small showbiz, not just partnering with Miss P to fake a pregnancy. Like, real comedic, like, where's your special, South Africa has their whole Netflix special thing going on. Other African countries are, artists on these specials, like international platforms. Why has your content not breached the Kenyan borders or the Nairobi borders, okay? Nigerian music transcends Nigeria because of how good it is. It's that simple, okay? It transcends the borders, becomes international. Like, people in Russia are doing the same challenges to Kulosa simply because it was good. People liked it, like beyond Nigerians liked it, and now it is everywhere in the world. If Kenyan artists could do that, create something so good that is just not liked by just your people and liked by the whole world, that's, and it's all about putting in the work. So stop shaming people. Focus on your comedy that does not involve cross-dressing. And now it feels like I'm calling you out personally. Please, don't, okay? Don't do this for Kiki and call me out during the weekend. I'm just saying, instead of doing the most, calling out musicians, why don't you do such good comedy That is, it's on Netflix, okay? Like proof of concept. We want to see you succeed so that we believe you when you say this is how you succeed. It's that simple.
Yo, Erick Omondi. Okay, besides all that Turi has said, which is 100% factual, 100% true, let's actually talk about Kenyan music. First of all, shout out to Sauti Soul. These guys are physically and Soul Generation. These guys are physically carrying the whole music industry on their backs, okay? But that's not to say that there are not other artists in our country who are doing so well. Blinky Bill, Tetushani. In fact, if you follow me on social media, you know I have a whole channel where we talk to local artists and people who are doing amazing work. The problem isn't that people aren't doing amazing work. The problem is they're not getting the kind of penetration and the kind of visibility that they require in order for them to be seen. People are so reliant on media houses to play their music that they forget so many other opportunities like YouTube, like all these playlists that are on like these streaming sites. We all know them, including Apple Music and Spotify and the rest. And I know we are mentioning them. Please, can you people give us sponsorship? Moving on, I am just trying to say that there's so many opportunities for you to be able to do good music. And it is still such a huge thing to see that not only are Kenyan musicians out there traversing the realms and trying to do their things and trying to put themselves on all social media platforms in order for them to have their music heard, we really are doing a lot. It is only a matter of time. It's not like Nigerian music started yesterday and it grew. It's been an industry that's been going on for a long time, so much so that they have an actual culture. So it's only a matter of time when we have authentic musicians, Akina Koyo, Akina Flyer, Akina Groovy Joe, all of these artists, Akina Brandy Maina. There's so many artists who are doing amazing work. It's just a matter of time until we have the kind of music that we want to listen to in our stations, on our radios, everywhere, and it will traverse the international and national bounds, okay? So just give it a moment. Tupatie time. Yes. However, it's very, very true that it does paint a bad light. In as much as it's publicity, which is negative, and it's true. A lot of people were like, Nigerians over there, once Don Jazzy has posted saying that there are only 2 songs on the Kenyan top 100 music list. There are only 2 songs, Dimensions and Nauma by BN, which are songs I listen to like all the time. Nigerian people were like,
but it's that good, you know, like
it is
BN
so good.
is putting out really good.
It is so
Imagine,
good.
I didn't even believe Dimensions was a Kenyan song.
It didn't sound like a Kenyan song. It sounded so good.
You could see
fully
the work.
focused.
No.
Fully focused. Tafuta watu wengine muimbe nao. Kama wimbo moja na fully focused inakufikisha kwa top 100 in Kenya. Fully focused, be out here. Again, fully focused, please, welcome to our show. Now, Nigerians had a lot to say, including them no get musicians in Kenya. Kenya no get musicians in the Yardney. Wait though, Kenyans no get musicians again. Be like Kenyans only have no musicians. A lot of people were speaking about the same thing, which is that they feel like, well, kwani Kenyans hatuna musicians. Think about it. This is the hotbed now. Negative publicity can be used for our own benefit. Kenyan musicians, put yourselves out there. Now that we are a subject of conversation, now that people are out here looking for Kenyan music, put your music out there. Let people listen to it. And eventually, ata utakuwa unatoa na Selena Gomez mkafanye remix, okay? You shall be the next Rema. We are waiting for you. We are looking out for you. And in case you're a Kenyan musician with good music, please hit me up on my DM. We can talk. I will do my best to do what I can do.
Yeah.
However, Erick Omondi, please do something or stop talking.
Exactly.
Like, what is the solution? We always give problems and problems and problems. What is your solution? I am challenging you today, Erick Omondi. What is the solution that you're giving us? The government is doing a lot. Sakaja is out here giving freelance photographers and people who want to do photography freelance opportunities, taking away licenses, scrapping off all these charges that people are supposed to be given to be able to allow for Kenyan people to have their content seen out there. In fact, there's suggestions that you heard the rumor that they're planning on putting a studio in every hood so that musicians can actually go into the studios and create their music. The government is doing something. What is your solution, Erick Omondi? Please tell us.